Welcome back, guys, and today we're showing you the full game guide of Creatures of Sonaria. The Creatures of Sonaria can be considered as a survival game which includes various creators and which provides the players with the opportunity of interacting with the various users. Players can also choose unique skins for their creatures and complete various missions to achieve second palettes and spin gachas for all the other creatures of the game. Let's begin the game. Starting out with the gameplay, the players who play this game for the first time are welcomed with the cutscene, which provides the total introduction of the game and which explains the very nature as well as the basics of what is in store in the game. Once the player clicks through all of these, they're given a pair of creatures as an option to choose the starting creature. Each of the creatures comes with a respective description. Breakwick is an herbaceous flyer that can heal fellow packmates. Also, Licitious is a predatory creature that is semi-aquatic and is highly toxic. After picking the preferred starting creature, the player who is playing in the game for the first time is treated immediately with a screen on which the player can customize the creature, and the customization is done. The players can either pick or go back to the game's menu or start by choosing to play as their preferred creature by pressing the button play placed at the bottom. Next, the player will see the list of creatures, buy creatures, and the trading world. Now comes the basic symbols. Once the player starts the game by clicking the play button, the player is taken to the spawn point on the map, and many symbols on the screen are visible to the player, and most of them are self-explanatory. For example, if a player looks at the screen's bottom left corner, they should be able to see 5 symbols which respectively mean the first option is the orange hourglass. This option showcases the creature's age, which has a maximum age of 100. Once it's filled, the creature is completely grown. After attaining a 100-year-old age, there's a 5% chance of the creature to receive Glimmer. Next is a blue raindrop that is the thirst bar, and it allows the player to drink water to refill. Finally, the red stomach is also there, the hunger bar, and it allows the player to eat to refill. Next comes the green arc, and it's a stamina bar. Flying, running, ambushing, fast swimming as an aquatic creature, or swimming as a non-aquatic creature decreases stamina. This stamina passively comes back, and it may be regenerated faster by laying or sitting down. Next, we have the diet symbol that visually describes the creature's diet. Finally, the house icon appears next to the red stomach icon, indicating the shelter's quality experienced by the player's creature. All of the levels of shelter quality work by protecting the creature from the feeling of discomfort in dangerous weather. On the other hand, the higher levels of shelter quality can help in healing the cold status and may also help in hiding the players from tornadoes, by which the tornado is unable to target them specifically. However, the tornadoes can accidentally wander into the areas where the players hide. You should know the creature info. With the help of the K key, the player can access the creature info window. The window shows the stats of a creature while it's growing and base stats achievable by a creature from growing into a complete adult. This window does not show the deduction of the other stats like the thirst for hunger depletion, health loss, or stamina depletion. Once a creature attains an age of 100, the option of becoming an elder also starts to be popped up. Next is you need to find food. Finding the various resources proves to be a great part of the experience of survival. A player can find plants almost at every place, as they are placed in huge clusters all around the map. But as of now, the plants rotate between the few selected areas, which depend on the particular season. A player can find water easily just by opening the map with the help of the key M, and the player can also smell the water sources nearby just by pressing H, or they can visit small water pools which are drinkable. All the terrestrial edible plants will look the same as bushes of various kinds, which can be found easily in various open areas like the plains and Flower Cove, while the seaweeds spawn underwater. It's hard to find meat, which eventually makes life as a photocarnivorous creature or non-aquatic carnivore way more challenging. A player can eat meat by killing another creature, an NPC, or in player. The players can be seen all around the map, but they are more likely to go near the hotspots like the desert oasis. It's very important to note that every creature has a diet and also fits in a certain terrain category, and more importantly, a few other habitat categories. Shelter is essential. The shelter is a primary need for anyone in and out of the game that protects the players against the uncomfortable issue that can be attained by dangerous weather conditions or by some creatures nearby. Currently, the shelter can protect the players in cold weather, and they can use tunnels or closed walls as their shelters. They can also use some shelters to recover their lost effects and a higher level of shelter can protect them from getting dragged into severe weather adverse like tornadoes and more. Finally, we have the basic combat. PvP, player versus player elements are also included to allow carnivores to stay alive and creatures to protect themselves, and allow creatures to simulate a few situations they may encounter, such as hunting for food, being chased, fighting for land, and so on. In Creatures of Sonaria, mass and damage affect the number of injuries wrought on the target. Because of the weight difference, bigger creatures often do more damage to smaller creatures. For the same reason, smaller creatures tend to deal less damage to bigger animals. So that's all for today's video. Stay tuned and let us know your gaming experience in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.